It's just after sunrise on an April morning in Kabul. The trainee Afghan pilots are out on one of their regular trips, circling the city. Nearly 7 years after the fall of the Taliban, Afghanistan's Air Corps is starting to take off.
Afghanistan's National Army Air Corps has around 1,200 men and women. They have around 300 pilots, 48 are in training, and 20 more are being screened. Pilots have to undertake a 5-year course in Western aviation.
The Americans provide much of the training, but being a good pilot is not just flying skills, but getting the details right on pre-flight checks that ensure the aircraft is safe to fly.
I like to refer to it as the Wild West out here. You know, I grew up in westernized aviation units that are very structured, a lot of education involved in it, a lot of time and money spent in training, whereas these guys have grown up under a Russian system largely that was then lost when the Taliban came in. So pretty much the last 15 years they've been left to their own devices. I guess the best way to describe it is the crop dusters Air Corps.
Part of the pilot training crucially involves English lessons, the international language of aviation. They sit classes for 6 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Okay, on the next page, page 33, what do you see at the top, Mr. Malidar?
During their time in school, the students are only allowed to speak English. They're given numerous workbooks to get through and have homework to do on a daily basis.
It's really important for them to learn English because they're going to transition a new aircraft and all their instruction will be in English. And if they want to fly internationally, they have to speak English to do air traffic control. Considering that they live very complicated lives with a lot of difficulties outside the classroom, I would say that I am incredibly proud of my students.
I became a pilot because I want to protect my country.
Our country have a lot of mountains in very river, very green places. When we fly in the air, we feeling very good about our country.
I wish good for my country because there comes 40 countries for help Afghanistan. Maybe this is good for future in Afghanistan.
The Afghan Air Corps fly a variety of Russian, Ukrainian and Czech military aircraft, from the small cargo planes to the helicopters, plus they have a few fighter jets.
When I fly, I feel good because I love the fly, I love the plane, I love my job. I feel good.
These guys are great. As far as pilot skills, you get the full spectrum. You get guys who are just absolute rock stars in the aircraft to guys I've had to take over and teach how to hover. And they've been doing, you know, the hardest missions in the world, taking helicopters up to altitudes they're not really designed to go to, carrying lots of packs and people there for the last 20 years with no parts or mechanical support whatsoever. So they're miracle workers.
Talking to the pilots, it's clear their main frustration is not having enough modern aircraft to work with. Back in the late 80s, they were flying a mix of 500 fixed-wing planes and helicopters. But decades of war have seen the figure fall to just under 30. Things are improving, though. They've had aircraft donated from the United Arab Emirates and the Czech Republic, and there's more to come from the US, all helping to rebuild the service required to support the Afghan army on operations.
It's been very rewarding. When I walked out the other day and saw some of their guys up on the aircraft pre-flight and using checklists, doing things the way they should do it, it really makes it all worth it.
Mel Preen in Afghanistan for the NATO channel.